From the bridge to the stand, I carry that crest in my hand. Rain on my shoulders, still I stand. Tell me who wears it like we can. Mud on the boots, heart of gold. Old stories, living in the cold. Every name that the walls still hold. I was born for this, I was told. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. When the pressure comes down hard, we don't flinch, we play our part. Every scar on the back says more than 1,000 songs before. From the first whistle to the last, we remember where we came from fast. No throne, no crown, no borrowed fame, just a city calling out that name. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. Let the whole ground shake, let the whole world know. We don't chase a moment, we are the whole. Hands up high, voice up loud. Same old pride, same crowd. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. Blue till the end, blue till the end. Loyalty stay, even through the storm. From the bridge to the stand, I carry that crest in my hand. Rain on my shoulders, still I stand. Tell me who wears it like we can. Mud on the boots, heart of gold. Old stories, living in the cold. Every name that the walls still hold. I was born for this, I was told. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this play our part. Every scar on the back says more than 1,000 songs before. From the first whistle to the last, we remember where we came from fast. No throne, no crown, no borrowed fame, just a city calling out that name. Hear that roll in the air.
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. Welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome for another edition of the Blue Morning Show. I do hope you're all doing well. We have quite a lot lined up to talk about, and because it's the transfer window, chances are by the time we'll go halfway through the show, tons of stuff will emerge, and be rest assured, if that happens, this will be one of the first places you'll hear about them. We'll talk about Maxence Lacroix joining Chelsea and what that could mean for some of our current centre backs. We'll talk about Trevor Chalobah, Kerim Alajbegović. I hope I'm not butchering that. Then we'll talk about who else? We'll talk about Alex Scott and tons of other stuff that we have lined up, but not in a uniform manner. This is going to be a free-form show where we let our news hunt drive the direction we go with the show today, because we go news hunting on Vince's timeline, and then whatever we see that's of interest to us, we will address them. But more importantly, I hope that some of our panelists will join me so you can get diversified opinion. As much as I like interacting with you, and I can do it all day, yeah, but I'm human, of course, and more importantly, you deserve to get diversified opinion and not listen to I alone waffle. So I'm going to go to the chat, say hello to those of you there, come back to the panel, so we'll go news hunting immediately and have a lot of fun. But before we continue, take a second, drop a like on the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We've hit 30k subscribers, and we owe you that giveaway that we promised. We promised a custom giveaway to one of our community members, but we said we're going to wait until our members know that we started streaming consistently, join us, and then get a chance to win, because we appreciate you all. It's either you get the custom shirt with your name on the back, or you get the cash equivalent. We haven't forgotten. So thank you once again for 30k subscribers. So let's say hello to you guys. Modman, the first person in the chat, and he says join the party. Like button is waiting for you. Let's say, is this authentic? Because I want it to be. It is. It is. Basically, practically, the deal is done. Once you hear "here we go" and you hear David Onston say, I can't quite remember how he phrased his own, but basically the deal is done. And he was already, he started his medicals this morning. Yep, I remember. I was still in bed and I read it. And so that was when I knew, yeah, that's it. Pretty much it. Chelsea is cooking something special for the 26-27 season. I couldn't agree more. The mood has changed within the fan base, and a lot of our fans are happy. Not too many are complaining. And I think somebody did put out a poll the other day, and the 80% plus are happy right now. So that's some serious drastic change in mood. No, you can say mood swing if you want. Welcome to Time for Breach. Holla, Oluwa Desire. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name correctly, but definitely a Yoruba name. Kugbadu, my brother. Always nice to see my people here. If this is your first time here, fill at home, express yourself, and more importantly, your opinion matters. So thank you for finding the time to join the conversation. Olu, let me just stick with Olu. Yoruba is one Nigerian language that I'd like to learn how to speak. I do speak Hausa very well. I stayed in Lagos, in Yaba, Iwaya, to be more precise, but still cannot speak Yoruba. I do understand a little bit of it, but maybe that's something I still do someday. All right. But thank you, Olu, for joining. I appreciate you. Mabast05, my bro, aka MB05. He says, big up the legend. Coachila, big up to you too. You're the bigger legend there. I am excited for the signing of Maxence. How'd you pronounce that? Maxence Lacroix. He is a fantastic centre-back who has the skills and the ability to become one of the best CVs in Europe. Happy days as always, and I think Bobby will be happy. I don't know if he's seen a post listing the height of all the players we've signed so far this season, all 6 foot plus. And all can be very physical. Bobby will be very proud. Wish I lived close by to him. I wouldn't. I'd go to his house straight up because I know he'd be spending a lot for me to, drink up. But thank you, you two in. I appreciate you. And this is Edward G. Dolo. Welcome to Stamford Bridge. Thank you for that. Welcome, Maxence Lacroix. We're all happy that we signed him. No gimmicks, no. We're not kidding. According to Build Sport Information, Chelsea and Leverkusen are close to an agreement for Alajbegović. I think you misspelled it. Price £34 million, including bonuses. Alonso goes full throttle for the talent. He likes the kid. And that's for Timileyin Ayeni. That's another Yoruba, my Niger brother there. Always nice to see my people, all Africans, wherever you're from. You're all my people as long as you're a Chelsea fan. We're all, more importantly, we're all humans, okay? But I love to see that Yoruba, Hausa, all my people from Niger, West Africa, Ghanaians, I love you all. Thank you for showing up to show some love to us here. And the queen of the house in Shea Wendy, my Ghanaian sister, I respect you too much. A lot, not too much. I wanted to say I respect you a lot. I appreciate you always stopping by to show some love, even when you don't stay long. But I know you actually listen through. What am I saying? Dante is cooking something. He missed yesterday, and I don't think it's okay that I didn't reach out to see whether everything is okay on his end, but I believe that's the case. Coachila, you have finally got a proper camera. I've always had this camera. You could say I've just learned how to set it up properly. The more we've improved the lighting, we have two cameras, so we have two Sony ZV-1s. Remember, we set it up in Las Vegas. 2-1 shows from my back, shows the desk and everything with the bells and whistles that we use. I will set up that, but the office in Texas here isn't properly set up. It's just that the camera isn't showing everywhere. Okay. But yeah, thank you for that. Up big to you too, Ty. I appreciate you. I do hope you're doing well and happy that you weren't hurt. They mugged you, took your wallet, but at least you're still alive. I feel optimistic about next season with Alonso. Alonso is getting most of who he wants to. Top 5 finish is my belief. Just leave it there. And then if we win the league, yeah, all good. I see what you did there, and that's actually the best way the best thing to do. Don't expect too much. Just leave it at something like, if we achieve Champions League football, good. If we win the title, even better. So I like it. Letilia, my bro. You're trying to baptize me with a name you like. Just Jay, get away from me. You know me. Why not? You're my bro. Forget everything. Some misconceptions sometimes, but you're my little bro. Okay. Well, we've come a long way. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all for finding the time to join the conversation. And let me see what has brother done. Lacroix, baby, and that's CFC BB2. We have an AI, two AIs policing the chat. One of them, if you use all caps, it would delete your message and also time you out. So probably you didn't know that something like that happens here. So apologies to you. So ensure that you don't use more than 3 emojis and don't type with all again. Don't do all caps, otherwise it will delete your message and time you out. Apologies. Mod Mana is more accommodating, but can be feisty. It can curse. It can say something that you think is cussing the heck out of you. No need, bro. You don't need to say sorry. You didn't know. I don't think it should be doing that. I will find time. I don't know Nightbot. I don't know the engine, the code very well, but we created Mod Mana for Chelsea perspective. And Mod Mana, you can ask it anything about Chelsea or football, it will answer you. It's not perfect yet because sometimes it mentions our former managers as our current manager, but it knows football very, very well from a tactical perspective and everything, and it's learning as time goes on. But thank you for joining, Chelsea Ja. I'm guessing, what does that mean? Is that Spanish? But Tobias, every time he joins, he says that. All right, we're gonna go to the presentation window here. Am I ready there? Did I forget to set up anything? Did I? It looks like I forgot to set up something. But more importantly, I'm happy that we have our senior panelists on the panel with me here in Bobby Smoky Signal. Bobby, big up and thank you for finding the time to join the conversation. How are you doing, Bobby? I know you're elated. And as I've said, if I lived close by your house, I'd come to your place knowing that you'd be very, very happy and I'll be pointing pointing at things I want you to pay for me. How you doing, Bobby?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Big up, coach.
Big up to you too, my
I
bro.
am very happy.
I know.
We are addressing some of the glaring and obvious deficiencies we've carried for at least 3 years.
Hmm.
I think as a fan base, we've all been so traumatized by the past 3, 4 years that we're in disbelief. We're just not daring to dream. We're just looking at this thinking, oh gosh, when is something going to happen and go wrong? And in a manner of speaking, it probably did a little bit. But if it was going to, it's good it's happened now because now it's going to make us reevaluate our striking situation. The
Hmm.
injuries to Omega, this is his third hamstring. So his fitness is a question mark.
I think he needs
Um,
to go under the knife to correct it once and for
well,
all.
whatever he needs to do, he's not going to be used by us next season. This sort of thing goes well into the season. Quenda, I don't know what's happened to him, but he's also got
He's
an
his
injury.
minor. We're just being cautious there. More
So
quick. It's a precaution. Yeah.
the fact is, it comes back to what I've always been arguing with you with, is that we need three strikers. You can't have two strikers, and now the sale of Jackson may be under threat because of no Omega. I don't think they'll get rid of the lap because of this, and we may end up keeping all three of what's left, apart from Gui.
And if
I
he
don't.
becomes fit and we have four of them, even better.
No, he won't be fit this season. This is a hamstring. This will take him till at least after Christmas. We know
Uh
this.
okay, we'll see. Well, okay, go ahead.
We've got experience from this with other players. Look at Asugo. Asugo didn't come back till about April. So and if he comes back, then what condition would he be in order to play? So it's a difficult one. My suspicion is because of the money, they may still sell Jackson, but they definitely won't offload the lap, and they might offload
It just wouldn't
Mark.
make sense to let him go now.
No,
If in fact
doesn't.
Emega, if Emega will be out for a while, it just wouldn't make
It,
any sort of sense. To let him go.
it
Go ahead.
doesn't. But the fact
Mhm.
that Mark Gui didn't travel with them tells me that they would probably offload him, which leaves us with two strikers, which I personally don't think it's enough. But that aside, Lacroix is what I want. People I don't want people to get into this thing that, they think he's a sort of Paolo Maldini, this sort of elegant, brilliant centre. No, he's more of the line of Rudiger. And this is what we need: a rugged, tall, strong, fast,
Even I think he has
space.
better passing range than Rudiger. I'm just saying that off the bat. Off the bat, I haven't actually compared their numbers. But we've made he's an excellent signing, honestly, and I'm happy you're happy, but because I know how much you wanted us to get the deal across the line, and I had to
Oh, yeah.
actually say, Bobby, you should slow down. Even if we get the deal across the line, that he'd still be on break because yeah, he was at the World Cup and they made it to the semi-final and had to play a third place match against England too. So yeah, but there you go, you have your man. Go ahead, Bobby.
Absolutely. But it's good to know where you are. Yeah, Mark Gui didn't travel with them, which tells me he's going to be sold. But the lap did. So, as you said, it makes no sense him going anywhere now. So, what they might do is still sell Jackson, sell Gui, keep the lap and Jao Pedro, and maybe promote somebody from the academy.
Or they might actually sign another striker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
possibly.
hmm
I don't know who though, but yeah.
Because it looks like we're not taking prisoners this time.
We shouldn't. We
We
shouldn't.
shouldn't. Yeah.
You know, it's from everything you can see from the determination of Egbali. You know, it's Egbali's going in with a kind of not do or die now or never attitude, and we have to go for the Premier League. You know, I'm not saying we're going to win it, but we, you know, our sights have to be
Yeah.
set
All
high.
right. But
Yeah,
that should
so
be the aim. Then if at the end of the season we fall short of it, we'll still be in the top four. But
exactly.
who's to say when? Yeah, well, we can. I mean, it's a possibility. Let me give the microphone back to those in the chat. I'll come back on the panel. We have Jay here to see what he has to say with regards to us pulling off this one. Because yeah, it's an excellent signing, and the price we got him for compared to the price of we've been seeing players going. Arsenal paid how much was it? Man City paid 190 plus. Well, how much did they pay for Anderson? And Van Heeke joining what sold for how much again? All in the hundreds, right? And look how much you got him for. And excellent ball defender, good passing range. I'm not saying he's the best in terms of ball playing, but Alonso doesn't do that much. But wow, I didn't know we were going to get him for how much we got him for. But yeah, that's fine. Let's see. Here we have Timilein Ayeni says Chelsea have made a serious bid for is it Alajbegović? Why are I've seen variations of the spelling of his last name and have now moved ahead of Italian clubs down to the player to decide if he wants a pathway with Chelsea or go to an Italian club. I think it's choose Alonso. Alonso gave him his debut at Leverkusen and was easing him in into the starting 11 gradually, and I want him at Chelsea. Really, I want him. He's a good player. Fabrizio confirmed. Yeah, that's the spelling I've seen more often than the one just above your comment there. Alajbegović beat from us. It's confirmed that, and uh, Nangwan Yulven says, welcome to Stamford Bridge. Thank you, Mr. Nangwan. It looks like that's your first time here. If that's the case, enjoy yourself, feel at home. All we ask of you is just to keep it civil. Okay, Andrea Pirlo should replace Alonso in January. Okay. All right, my upcoming video discusses the Rudiger comparison. Please do and share with people here when it's ready. Siyaka South Africa, bro, there. Hello, Moiweni, Molweni Chelsea Football Club fans, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like is that Zulu or what language is that? I don't get when you guys not talking about goalkeeper mistakes. Because it wasn't, you could say, not that much of an issue. If you have a very good defensive line with a good as goalkeeper as whatever you want to rate him, as good as Robert Sanchez and Pendas, I don't think the goalkeeping position should be your priority. But everything comes down to what the manager wants. He was tested. For instance, Sanchez was tested quite a lot. And on occasions, he proved that he's an excellent shot stopper. Just don't do the playing out from the back thing with him. If you do that, he'd make mistakes every now and then. And he's an excellent goalkeeper, commands this area very well. He's improved significantly in terms of helping us deal with set piece because his high claim numbers improved too. So why let him go? And they say goalkeepers, they age as fine wine. I think he's become a much better goalkeeper than he was when he joined us. And that's just my opinion. But if the manager wants a new goalkeeper, I definitely would go for one. But we're not hearing that we're interested in signing any goalkeepers anywhere right now. That's because maybe another position of great concern for the manager. Alonso does not do what? Let's see. Big up to you too, Jojo. Always nice to see you. Much love to you too. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. Siaka South Africa right there. The video is ready, just uploading. Okay, once it's ready, I think we'll still be here. Let us know. Jay, we got our man, and I'm quite sure you've seen that list of heights of the players we signed from Lacroix to what's his name again? Marco Palestra, and also Morgan Rogers. I think they am I missing one name there? All tall, all 6 foot plus. But let's start you with we have our man.
Yeah, big up, guys.
Big up to you
Big
too,
up
Jay.
everyone in the chat. Yeah, been one of the most important targets in this transfer window. We have been linked for him with the while now, and yeah, I have told you before that this is so to improve, and add something to it, and especially not any youngster or the usual targets that we have. It's someone of experience who has proven himself in the Premier League. Really, really tall as well, great physicality. He's excellent in the air. So one
I'd
thing
say
that we have been
underrated,
poor,
really. Wouldn't it be accurate to
he
say
is
that he's
underrated.
underrated?
Obviously, the divisive, opinions we see of him, especially after the World Cup, it clearly states that he is underrated. His stats, his statistics are always on the upward, and he is, among the likes of Saliba and Gabriel and even Van Dijk as well. And to be among, the list of such defenders who are absolutely class in the Premier League, that also, gives you confident that yeah, we have actually got a guy who can stabilize our defense and can partner DY Colwell, who has been craving for a partner who can support him. Uh, so yeah, really, really happy, and especially with the fee as well. I told you that it was. I hope and I assume it is going to be between 50 to 55, and it
A
was
good
52.
price.
So really good price considering the market, and yeah, really good price for a guy who's entering his prime, 26 years of age, lot of experience, French international as well. So yeah, really happy. The things that he brings to this team, young team. Uh, we got young defenders. Hopefully, the likes of Josh will stay. We got Hato as well, and he will bring leadership as well. So I also heard that again, not so reliable source, but I was hearing that he is really, a really vocal figure, and he could be one of those contenders to,
Yeah,
take the
didn't we
captaincy.
address similar report yesterday? One of them was very funny. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing to do such. One of them's reports reported that he bought a beer for row 15. They were specific. They mentioned the row in question for all people sitting in that.
Oh
But go
yeah,
ahead.
right.
The sort of thing you see from
Yeah.
a good leader, but there are other things mentioned that I can't quite remember. But yeah, I mean, if it coming from multiple sources, there's some truth to it. But go ahead.
No, obviously it's something wild to be made up. It's obviously true, and I think he was celebrating his jersey number, and hence why the fifth row. There was some logic behind it. But anyways, quite funny, and this also states that he was a fan favorite, loved by the fans as well. And after a transfer, when you go on the accounts of the rival team, you'll always see fans being salty and they saying, "Thankfully, we got a great fee for a not so good player." But whatever comments I have read about Palace fans, sorry, they have all been really thankful to him. They have been thanking him, and they actually are sad that Palace could not extract a higher fee for him. They are not happy with the 52 million fee, and that is exactly why I am also happy, and we as fans should be happy that in this market we got a asset like Lacroix for a fees of 52 million pounds. Really, really happy and excellent asset for Chelsea, and I'm pretty sure that the partnership of Levi Colwill and him, whether it's a back three or a back two, back four, it's going to stabilize our defense much, much better than what we have seen in the last few seasons. So yeah,
You could
overall
say
quite
the fact
optimistic.
that he wanted to move helped us.
Yeah,
He wanted to
obviously,
move. Yeah.
yeah, it's always going to help you when the player is eager to come. Whether you believe in the Bruno Guimaraes rumors or not, but one thing is very clear that the player is favoring Arsenal. So that is why we are not that in a strong position with that deal. Now coming back to this deal, Lacroix always wanted to come to Chelsea. So it gives you an edge. It gives you much better position in terms of negotiations as well. The rivals from where you are purchasing the player, they cannot cannot really turn you over and extract anything and do anything they want. So it's good to have the player in your favor, and that also gives a quite a positive vibes to the fans as well. That a player is eager to come to your club, which is always good to hear.
And in all honesty, with regards to Lacroix, I don't think a lot of Chelsea fans are complaining. If anything, I'd say 90% plus are happy with the signing. Only a few who watched him during his cameo at the World Cup with inflated expectations and ended up being disappointed. Those are the only ones that aren't too sure, in my opinion. And the same thing they did with Estava when he made his debut for Brazil. They watched him with inflated expectations and then got disappointed and say, yeah, this kid isn't it, until he proved them otherwise. But I'm happy with this signing. Some people, I think it was Charles on the panel the other day, trying to find reasons to say he isn't it. He would have preferred a different player and all that. But yeah, Ty says, am I the only one who remembers when we were linked with Lacroix under Lampard and Tuchel when he was at Wolfsburg? I think I remember under Tuchel and forgot about it until I read something online yesterday. Yeah, I think it was Tolu, a friend of mine on X, that shared a link, or I can't quite remember who exactly. Yeah, Chelsea Football Club have an issue of signing players who have a record of injuries. Example, Emmanuel Emera and Giovanni Quenda. I don't like that. Also, they are young. I think the fact that they're still very young, we just have to find a way to manage it. Sometimes you get lucky with it. Sometimes you don't get lucky at managing them to get them to a point where they'd overcome whatever injury or injuries that have plagued them. Giovanni's still very young. I don't think his injury record is bad at this point. I wouldn't say that. I think that's probably most likely from the last one he had. He hasn't quite recovered fully. Emera hamstring, it's one heck of an injury. I think eventually they will find a permanent solution to that, I hope, because he's a good player. And it's an unfortunate situation for him, and I think the club will find a solution. Just in, SJE Music, thank you for joining SJE Music. He says Aston Villa set-piece coach Austin McPhee is leaving to join Chelsea, seen as a huge blow for Villa and held in high regards by them, and also us, the fact that we're hiring him. But thank you for that information. I appreciate that. I think, Houston, let's pop some balloon for Bobby because he's savvy. We'll go with the fireworks and then the balloons. Yep, Maxence Lacroix is a Chelsea player, and Arsenal were actually interested. We heard. I'd say they probably stopped pushing to sign the player the moment they learned that he wants to join us. Yeah, so we did two over them this window. Yep, some fireworks. We got our man, and we're still not done. We're still not done because I read something that says something to the effect of we're looking to sign more players, and I think centre backs actually. But if the ones we have, if they're okay with being down the pecking order, that's fine. But that'll be fine with Alonso. But if they're not, they can leave now and leave on time so that we can find a replacement. And some that's music to my ears, honestly. Bobby, anything else you want to add to that before we go to New Zonton?
No, not really. I'm still thinking that since it seems that the interest in the midfielder is not Guimaraes, I'm beginning to suspect maybe Chelsea are going to revisit the Granit Xhaka situation. What do you think?
I don't see that happening. If we're serious about Xhaka, I think we'd be pushing to do it now. because it'd be difficult to convince Sunderland to sell letting the window.
Well, Alex Scott's going
Yeah,
to
they wouldn't want
cost
to sell
a
him letting
hundred
the window. Go
million.
ahead. Go ahead.
Said Alex Scott's going to be 100 million unless we're ready to drop that money again.
Maybe we are. I don't know. I think he's a good player, but I don't think it makes sense to pay that much money for him. But if we sign him, it'd be because the manager said, yeah, you know what? Yeah, sign the check. Because he drives with the ball, and if you're good at driving with the ball, beating your man, exploiting spaces, you are Alonso's man. So I'm not sure. What do you think, Jay? You heard Bobby's question. Do you think it still be the mystery midfielder? Do you think will still be could be maybe Granit Xhaka?
No, I haven't really heard about him. After that time when we were after him, and it was completely shut down. The Sunderland does not really want to sell him, and it's hard for me to believe that he will be that bomba signing or the mystery midfielder. Considering the fact that he's quite cheap and he is of a certain age as well. Uh, by that I mean that he does not really fulfills the criteria that you usually see with a superstar or a bomba or a surprise midfield target or
Mm-hmm.
any player. So for me, that would be someone like Wharton or Bruno Guimaraes because they are going to cost you a fortune as well, and they are top tier Premier League midfielders, right? They are like in demand as well, and they have been targeted by the big clubs as well. So to imagine that Zaka will be that signing, it can be, but it will be considered. I mean, I don't know how
I
much
think at this point
excited
you could
fans would.
argue almost impossible, and the further we go into the transfer window, the more difficult it be. Because
Yeah,
he's
the
he's their
reality
best
and
player. He's their captain, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. He's
yeah,
he's a leader. They wouldn't want to lose him letting the transfer window. So I think if we're
exactly.
serious about getting Xhaka, it be now. The farther we go into the transfer window, the more difficult it be.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. If it had to happen, it would have happened already, I think. I think even now it's quite late for them because Sunderland is the type of club, not that big, and he is quite important to them. So they are absolutely not going to sell him in the last few weeks, where they cannot replace a figure like him. Anyways, it is hard for them to replace such an important player, and imagining that they will sell him in the last few weeks and then to find a replacement or for him, it would be quite hard for them. So the practicality and possibility of this happening now or after a few weeks is close to nil for me. And I expect Wharton or Bruno to be, be that signing that Fabrizio was mentioning as the mystery midfielder.
And we all agree that yeah, that Mr. Midfielder wouldn't be Scott. Too inexperienced in my opinion. And I mean, last
I mean,
season
there's,
wasn't last season his breakout season.
yeah, it was his.
So
I mean, we haven't heard about
yeah,
him
he's not even.
prior to that.
I'm quite sure a lot of players, a lot of Chelsea fans knew nothing about him until they heard that we made a bid of 65 million pounds, and it was rejected. So I don't think it'd be him.
And there is no mystery about him. We already officially bid 65 million for him.
That's
What's
the
the mystery?
that's the most accurate way to say it. Yeah, no, but go ahead.
Yeah, there's no mystery around
Hmm.
it. I mean, Bruno and Wharton are the two which we have not seen a single link by the reputed journalists. So they are clicking the points where they could actually fulfill the requirement for them to be the mystery midfielder who will, bring joys and excitement and enthusiasm to the fans. So for me,
Hmm.
right now, I think them two are the only one who could fall in that category.
Yeah, I do agree with you. Bobby, does any other player come to mind?
No, but if nothing happens, they just have to keep Enzo.
I mean, if we he only stays if there aren't interested buyers or interested clubs who are willing to meet our valuation of the player. It's not that it's. I mean, his situation is not that simple actually. If we're not, I'd say probably most likely he stays 70-30, leaning towards him staying. And that Ty says, I would have loved Xhaka joining for that experience in the midfield, but more experienced heads are out there, and also older age doesn't strictly mean a good experience. Yep, we do talk about that a lot here. We are guilty. We are all guilty of sometimes using experience and age interchangeably. There are younger players who are more experienced than some older players. Let's say there are younger players in the Premier League who are more experienced when it comes to the Premier League than some older players who are, you can say, have played a lot more in the game. So it does matter anyway. But yeah, it's a football fans thing. What's your opinion about the striker position at Chelsea Football Club? If João Pedro gets injured, too, who might fill that position in case listen, I don't know what's going to happen right now, and I don't know the severity of Emega's injury, but hamstrings usually not good news. But we wait. We still have the lap. And as Bobby has mentioned, that even if we are planning to sign another number 9, they're not going to sell the lap, given the situation. He's capable for reasons I've explained. I'm not saying he's the best we can do. I know we can do better than the lap, but sometimes you just have to hold on to what you have and not, for the reason of seeking for the best, lose everything, if you get my point. Chances are they'd look to sign another player, but we don't know. I don't think if they had the gentleman's agreement that give us Morgan Rogers, and certainly you get Nicholas Jackson, I don't think would change that, even though they didn't put pen to paper to ensure that both parties involved in the conversation or that gentleman's agreement are held, you could say, holds the end of fulfills the end of their own of the bargain. So it's complicated. It's not simple right now, but let's see what the club does. But we're not taking prisoners. I think they will find a viable solution. Hi to you too. I think I'm just going to go with Ha as your name. But Mr. Ha, thank you for joining. Sat Pive. Not bad. I don't know. Alonso likes young players, and Sat Pive more mature beyond his age. He basically carried his country and his club. But I don't know. Everything comes down to what the manager wants. And if I hear that he's staying, I wouldn't mind that much. He's not a small player. He's bulky. I feel like for more relatable language there. Apologies, I don't mean that in a bad way. He's bulky, just his build, more like that Aguero build. He's good on the ball and can finish actually. Mature beyond his age. But I'm gonna hear what Jay has to say with regards to that. Chelsea must bring a good goal scorer and a big keeper. Let's see. And the fact that Morgan Rogers is capable of playing as false 9, what's his name also? Palmer is capable of doing that. Pedro Neto, we've heard that the club, we're not looking to sell him. He's capable of also operating as a number 9. So chances are, the manager might look at those options and say, you know what, let's go with it. But I don't know. We're just speculating here. We don't know what they're going to do. The wait is over. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Let's see. Chelsea must bring a big goal scorer. I think I've read that already. Sakpaev won't be 18 until August 17. Is that a factor? But Jay, let's hear you. I don't know. Have you spoken about the striker position situation right now, given Emega's injury?
No, not really. I've just arrived here. I haven't really spoken about it. It's damning. It's quite damning. I think we were quite set in the striker department, and that was one of the part I think which did not need any attention, and we were quite stacked, and in terms of numbers and quality as well. Now this is a big blow, very very big blow,
and damning with the fact that we are, you could say, that Nicholas Jackson seems certain to leave.
exactly. Well, hopefully,
Because
he's
if
not
that
really
wasn't the
official.
case, if we're not sure, if that is if he was going to stay, if we're sure he was going to stay, then not much of a problem really.
Exactly. Look, he was always my first choice as a deputy to or the bench option to João Pedro. I always wanted him to stay behind João Pedro, and those two were my options, my choices. But it looked like that he's got a financial value, and I think, during the deal with Morgan Rogers, I think they made some agreements, and Unai Emery liked him a lot, and he will bring some money as well. So I think that is where it was decided that he will leave, and it was Emeda who would maybe stay behind as João Pedro's second option, or maybe even
Mm.
Delap as well. It was among those two. For me, I would take Emega over Delap, and that is nothing to do with Emega as a good striker. It has all to do with how bad Delap is in my eyes. So, um, again, this is quite a big blow. Really, really big blow. I was just literally talking about if we get Bruno Guimaraes, we are going to put a serious title challenge, in my opinion. And now, even if we get Guimaraes or any other midfielder, I still think we cannot do that just because of this one issue that we got in the strikers department. Because in my eyes, I do not see Jackson staying now. I think that is a deal which is, verbally agreed. It's not official. We haven't really seen anything that concrete, but I think it is somewhat agreed when they actually made a deal with Morgan Rogers. So I do not expect him to stay now. And it's Delap behind João Pedro, and you know my views on Delap. And it's like João Pedro will be the next Caicedo in terms of no help, no deputy, no one to replace him, no one to give him rest, and he will work extra time and overtime, and that is going to be, despite having no Champions League football, we are really going to overburden João Pedro, because when you get no help from your second striker, you have to play your first striker in most of the games, even in the cup games. When we are in a deadlock situation, you would have to bring him on, and that is how you burden a player. And I expect this to happen with João Pedro if we are going to go into the season with Delap and João Pedro as our two strikers. So I don't know, man, how they deal with it. Maybe people are naming Satpayev and all those. It's not practical. You cannot really, put a 18-year-old or even younger. I think he's 17 or 18, whatever his age is. I think it's not logical, and it's quite unfair on the player as well to put him on such a big stage and expect him to perform. As talented as he is, I have seen multiple talented guys from different leagues, different atmosphere come in the Premier League, and they just get stagnant. The performance is not the same, and they struggle a bit. And the chances are something similar will happen with the likes of Setpayev and other young strikers. So
Would you take
it is
Mo Salah for one season?
he's not a
I wouldn't
striker,
mind
Bobby.
him.
It's
I wouldn't mind him, but given his experience, but I wouldn't mind him, but
he's
I
not
don't
a
see that
striker,
happening.
guys.
I mean, he can
Yeah,
operate as one.
I don't remember actually him playing as a striker for I don't know how many seasons now.
I
And
mean,
to
he
put him
can,
at
as you can say, in a fluid approach. I mean, let me just say, I'd take him, not necessarily as a striker, but I don't see it happening.
it's quite complicated. Now you're bringing Mo Salah as a striker, but he will be the
No,
second
no, not
option to João
necessarily as
Pedro.
a striker. Bobby's question is just that if we take him for just one season.
If we are going to, use other players as striker, then I heard during the Morgan Rogers deal when it was completed that he can play multiple position, and one position that was mentioned was as a striker, as a false nine. So if we are going that route, then we have solutions in house. But I do not trust that. As I said, this is not a good approach. There is not a solid preparation to go into a season, which you cannot make any more mistakes in it. So I don't know. It's quite doubtful, and this is a big problem for me. Maybe people are not taking it seriously, but this changes a lot for me. So we have to find some solutions to it. And you can call me a
I
bit
think we're
harsh, but
actually. I'd say we're actually lucky. There's still a
yeah,
long way to go before the transfer window shuts. So
the good thing
if
is, yeah,
it
it happened early.
yeah, exactly. So we're lucky. I think that they if it's that much of an issue for them, then they have they have a good enough time to find a viable solution, and I think that's going to happen. So I'm not too concerned because it happened now. It'd be worse had it happened mid-season or the moment the season starts and the transfer window is already shut and something like that. Then it becomes you could say an unsolvable problem. You know, but let's see what we have here.
Do
Thank you
you
for
guys,
that.
can I
Were you
ask
still
you a
speaking?
question?
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Just a counter question. Do you guys believe that Dilap can do the job as a second striker and a good job? I mean, not only
I
just
think he
coming in
can.
and putting appearances.
Well,
I think he. I
this is
think
what
he can.
pre-season is for, isn't it? Let's see what he does in pre-season,
And if
and
he
let's hope
cannot,
he himself stays fit because he's had a few injuries himself.
Hmm.
yeah, and if the manager finds out that yeah he's not good enough, then I would do something by before the season starts. It's really that simple.
Y-
So as you
That's
said,
a
as you all agree, we're lucky
yeah.
that yeah it happened now.
That's a really good point that you make about Xabi Alonso. In any other season, under any other manager, it would have been a quite a stressful situation. But now you have a guy, in charge who's driving the bus, and you can trust him. So he will make a decision. I think he's the best person to evaluate and make a decision on whether we need someone else, whether he can bring out the best out of the available options. So yeah, I think that is a good way to end this topic, that we have to wait and see how he react to this situation.
Yeah. All right. Thanks so much for that. Let me catch up what we have. Then we'll go news hunting. A lot of stuff out there to talk about. He doesn't have work visa yet. Okay. Thank you for that information, Ty. We need a striker and a goalkeeper. Let's see what the club does. And Moscotigi, South Africa, thank you for joining. Who else do we have here? And yeah, Tawan, I'm just, Satpaev is better than Emira, an opinion. He might be. I don't know. Chelsea finally fixed their biggest defensive problem. It looks like Ty's video is ready, so I'm going to share it, pin it, so that if you need to learn more about Maxence Lacroix, you just click through the link that's pinned at the top. Go watch the video. Ty is pretty good at breaking down a player's profile. Good. We just signed a good defender. I agree. I would rather have faith in Satpive than Delap. I don't blame you, but I think we should judge him objectively. Whilst I'm saying we can do better than Delap, he's not as bad as a lot of people make it to be. He was just, you could say, unlucky with the injuries and yeah, but we'll see what happens. So the first item here reads that Chelsea have submitted an initial offer for Bayer Leverkusen's Kerim Alajbegović. The Blues are prepared to pay more than 30 million euros as fixed sum for the Bosnian. I like this kid. But the good thing, more importantly, the manager wants him. I think he can, but he's that sort of player. You could say he's not perfect yet, but we need squad depth. And I wouldn't mind him as one of the 210s or even as a winger because he can shoot with both feet if excellently, really. And maybe just he needs to, you can say, balance it out a bit, creating for his teammate and also scoring goals. But he just seems as if he's almost always focused on finding a way to shoot. But he's that sort of player. When we play against teams that defend deep, he's capable of creating spaces for himself. We don't. I think we're signing players that can drive with the ball, that can dribble really well, and not that's we don't you can say, come next season, we're not going to find ourselves in such situation that all we do against teams that defend it would be to pass the ball around backwards, sideways, going backward, and all that. But the sort of players we're signing, if you defend deep, you're creating more problems for yourselves, because we have players that are capable of tearing your defensive line, or 20 players you have in your box, tearing them apart and scoring. So that makes me happy. So we're really being strategic with the signings we're making this time. Good afternoon to you, to Richard, my bro. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. I know you're definitely at work, but more importantly, I do hope you're doing well. Bring anyone in England next year. We are ready. Are they ready? I don't think they are. They are. But because if you listen
We're not ready yet.
no, I'm coming. This is just, it's his opinion. And I think we're almost there. But let's humor him. I'm just want to go with the part where they're not ready. They're beginning to show concerns. They're beginning to find a way, you could say, to just have a go at us. Some saying we're cheating. Some of them clearly, like the big accounts from Liverpool, Manchester United, some Arsenal fans are being truthful that we're looking more dangerous. I'm just going to stick with that. That the other teams should be concerned. That the signings we're making is a sign to them that they might actually be ready by the time the season starts. We're not quite there, but even with the players we signed so far, I'd say we're getting there. But if you believe we're ready, Richard, that's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. What is Alonso building? A Galactico? That's another question. I think, as we were told when we hired him, he's looking to build a team comprised of mentality monsters. Physicality and the signs are good. And I hope as we news hunt, we will find that report, or not a report, actually a post listing the height of all the players we've signed so far, all of them 6 foot plus, which is a good sign. I cannot wait for the season to start. So far, I see us winning 2 titles. I'd say amen to that. Do I think we can? I think we can. Who's to say we cannot? But let's see what happens. Bobby, go ahead. You were going to say something. Sorry, I had to get through with what I was saying.
No, I wasn't. So good.
No, I thought you were saying we weren't ready. You want to elaborate on that? Up to you.
No, we're not ready yet. There's still purchases to be made, but definitely we're going in the right direction. That's for sure.
You and I the same. Yeah. You and I the same. Alajbegović is planned to be the next signing for Morgan Rogers' depth. Yeah, which makes sense. We need depth. I heard Chelsea want to splash at least 90 to 100 million on the midfielder as a statement, who I believe will be Adam Wharton. Would you consider that as a statement signing? I think I would. I think but it makes sense that, Jay, you listed him as one of those that you could say have everything that suggests could be, maybe he could be the Mr. Midfielder.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Adam Wharton, we have not seen any, any solid link with him till this date, and he is one of the best midfielders in the league last season. And I think a lot of big clubs are, have been interested in signing him, and a few of them obviously cannot really afford him. So obviously he has everything to, fit in that category of a mystery midfielder who could also be the bomber signing. So yeah, he could be the one, and chances are, after the, Bruno Guimaraes clarification today that Chelsea are actually not interested at all, it looks like that Adam Wharton could actually be that guy.
He could. He could. And can we all agree? I've seen a lot of people saying Enzo Fernandez is definitely leaving this summer. It's not as simple as it sounds. I don't think we'll budge on our valuation. And not too many clubs are capable of meeting that valuation. Not Man City, not after signing Anderson. Maybe Arsenal. Maybe they try to see if we can, if they can get him on a bargain, which also wouldn't make sense, in my opinion, for them. I don't know if you guys agree. It's not as simple as a lot of people think it.
No.
It is.
people keep apportioning players to Arsenal, but I think what they're forgetting, and I think part of their hesitation in the market, is that they already have a padded squad. You know, where are they going to play all these people? So I'm not sure that you know, a lot of these signings that are being attributed to them that are even good for them. You know, there's a danger in they're in a weird position because they won the league. People expect them to strengthen, but there's a danger in upsetting those people that won the league for you. So it's not that easy for them, and I can't see us so willingly selling Enzo Fernandez to them. I don't. I think the ownership have learnt a lot. They are on an appeasement tour with the fans, and they will avoid doing anything that they know will upset the fans. They'll rather upset Enzo than upset the fans, in my opinion, at this point.
All right, Jay, you want to add anything to that?
No, no, I agree with him.
All right, let's see. We go news hunting again. I don't think it's as simple as a lot of people think it is. It's a complicated matter, really. And Mabasi's back. What's he saying? He's saying, Letilia, I'm back. I just came back. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. Let's see. We are there for Bruno, just waiting to see if Arsenal actually pay up. If not, his ass. I don't think that's the case. I don't. If we really want him, I don't think we'll be waiting to see if they'd pay up. Now that we have Lacroix, so tall. May we sell Tosin because this is the only quality that he has. Why sell him?
No, it
If it
doesn't work
doesn't
like
mind,
that.
yeah, if it doesn't mind being a squad player, why sell him? He has his strengths that we can actually use sometimes, and he's proven to be a good defender for us. I get it. He's had series of bad games, not a lot of them really, but
My answer to that
yeah,
fan is you don't strengthen to weaken. You strengthen to stay strong. No
yeah.
way are they
You we
because
can
you
still
bought
have
one
him
tall
and
player.
Lacroix, yeah.
It's not licensed to get rid of another tall player. So what happens
Mhm.
if you're missing the tall player you bought? No, it's not. It's pointless. He's added to the squad.
As long as he's not complaining, fine.
No, he's not good. He's gone on the tour with them. You know, he looks happy. Look, he's added to the squad. The defensive situation has been, you know, taken care of. We're going to offload Chalobah. Badeshil is hiding, but I don't think there's any hiding for him this time because he's
No, he
going to
couldn't
go.
hide this time.
You know, you can see he's hiding. Desassi is trying to pretend. Why Desassi finds Crystal Palace not good enough for him absolutely baffles me. It really baffles me. Who does he think he is? Does
Maybe he's trying to pull a Sterling, Raheem Sterling
yeah? It
loss.
probably sounds like a Sterling advice merchant. Does he think Barcelona's going to come for him or Real Madrid? I mean, do me a favor. He should be chomping at the bit to go to Palace, where he'll play football and be able to establish what's left of his career. He's a foolish man. I don't know what he
Yeah.
wants to do, but it doesn't seem to be adding up to me at all.
Honestly, I don't know either. And Richard went on to say, if he wants friendship, he can call Palmer daily from far away. Can we sell him Badiashile Fafana, Axel, the Sissi?
Oh, Badiashile has to go. Look at
Yeah, but
Desasi.
Fafana
Palace,
is free. Go ahead.
yeah, Palace. Fafana's not going anywhere, but Palace has European football as well, and he's turning his nose up at that. He's crazy.
So maybe he's trying to pull a Stalin.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's trying to pull a Stalin. Now, yeah, let's see what happens. Fofana is staying. He's one of those that we've heard they can stay as long as they're not. You could say they're not seeking guaranteed playing time or being starters and all that. You stay, prove yourself as a starter, then you get a chance to start. It's really as simple as that. I heard Atletico Madrid want Enzo Fernandez if they sell Alvarez this summer. Pay up. Pay up. It's as simple as that. They better be quick because, yeah, further into the transfer window, we might not be open to selling him. I am taking Spanner off Nightbot, you cannot. I don't think you can. If you do, I'm going to take yours. Dante probably busy with something there. Chelsea signing John Stones will be much needed leadership for this young squad. It might happen. We don't know. We've heard that we're interested in signing him, and club sources are playing it down, but we always like to do that. Bruno wants Arsenal, but he also just wants out of Newcastle. So if he cannot go to the Gunners, that's when Chelsea come in. It's a possibility, but let's see what happens. So what do we have? Chelsea have submitted an initial offer for Bayer Leverkusen's Kerim. Is it Kerim? Alajbegović. The Blues are prepared. Yeah, I think we've addressed that one. Good player. We've actually talked about him at length. I don't like hearing from this man again. I don't hate him, but usually, I'm gonna say this. I forgive, but I don't forget. And when I say that and people ask me why, I say I don't forget because if I forget, I'd repeat my mistakes. I forgive, I move on. Some people say if you don't forget, then you haven't moved on. I tell them you don't understand. I moved on. But when I see you, I will know what not to do with you, or places not to go with you, or things not to tell you, because I haven't forgotten what you did to me. I'm that sort of person. I've forgiven him because it wasn't solely his fault. Other things happened. There are other factors that contributed to us having the sort of awful season we had. But I hate betrayal. To some extent, I'd still say he betrayed us, even though we didn't sign him the players he wanted. If you want to believe that was the case, had he stayed, I don't think we'd finish 10th. His departure unsettled the dressing room. But I'm just going to read it anyway. He says, Enzo Maresca says he feels quite lucky in terms of both of his former clubs, at Leicester City and Chelsea. We did a great job. The identity was clear. The success was clear. I feel very lucky to have been part of those clubs. Yeah, lucky in the sense, proved to Man City that he's capable of you could say coaching their club. And I'm still going to say this. That's
not enough for me, coach.
Yeah, that's a theory of mine. That the reason they made sure they hired him is because he's proven he can coach in the Champions League. Except, are they done with their 115 financial, whatever you want to call it, the stuff, and they're free? Not done, right?
No, it's not done at all.
So maybe one of the reasons why they made sure he's the one in charge right now is so if they get relegated, he's already experienced that, helping teams come back to the Premier League. That's just a theory. I'm not sure that would be the case, but it's still a possibility.
We're having a laugh.
Cynical, but it's not far-fetched.
It's not, yeah. Oh, I mean, 115 is a
financially,
lot.
No, it's financially not viable for such a big club to go down. The Premier League would never do that. It would be more harmful to them than it is for Manchester City. It won't happen.
All right. Let's see. Big up to you too, Natalie. Natalie Haywood, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Big up Kevin Hart. Thank you for joining. Dama says, if Stones comes, how does Josh get minutes? I believe he should go out on loan. I don't know. And I read something that suggests he's open to going out on loan for more minutes. But everything comes down to Alonso. He might like him much that, he's going to play a lot. If he plays like 15 to 20 games, that's fine. Plus, he's going to be playing a lot of the cup games. Let me be specific there. If he plays like 15 to 20 Premier League games, or even 10, and then play all the cup games, and if we go far into the cup games, then that'd be enough for his development. So I think they probably will look at all those things, all these factors that I've mentioned in terms of how many games we might, you could say, overall play throughout the season and see if it play enough to continue developing properly. But I don't know. It's up to the manager, but it seems like he's going to stay. Let's see what happens. Kevin says, Coach, hope you're buzzing. I can't complain. Always buzzing. I appreciate you. Any day above ground is a good day. He quit halfway. We could have won Champions League with Maresca, but he already chose Man City. I mean, we're speaking in hindsight now, but more importantly, he quit. Eddie Love for Blue, my one. Where did you emerge from? Is that on X, YouTube? Eddie, how have you been, bro? Big up to you, to set piece coach Austin McPhee. Is that how you pronounce that? Or McPhee is leaving Aston Villa to join Chelsea. And probably they wanted to do this in advance, which was why they demoted the other, you could argue, practically fired him in a very polite way, gave him another role. Or maybe he's pretty good at the role they've assigned him to. I don't know, but yeah, interesting. Jay, doesn't this make it seem like they knew in advance they wanted this guy over him?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's just few days in between these two news, and obviously they had planned it. You don't, you obviously they were not going to keep him and then bring this Aston Villa set piece coach here. We don't need multiple set piece coaches here. So obviously this has been, as you termed it, a polite sacking, and he will be the new, and he's good actually. I'm hearing that he has been last season the joint most goals scored from set pieces. That is Aston Villa and Arsenal. So he obviously is quite good at what he does. And yeah, if that's the stats, and if he is that good, then obviously he's going to improve us and going to help us a lot from the set pieces. And whether you like it or not, the Premier League will is and will be heavily dependent on set pieces, whether it's from corners or from free kicks. So like it or not, you have to master the art to actually have an upper hand on other teams, which Arsenal is currently doing, and we should also learn this art. Otherwise, we can just sit in the corner and cry, "Oh, we want to play beautiful football. We don't want to do these things." If you want to go to the top and win stuff, you have to learn the things uh, which are going on and which are in fashion right now.
I must say, honestly, it's becoming clearer and clearer that we're not taking prisoners this time. If you're not good enough, you're gone. And that makes me happy. But Eddie, nice to see you once again. I hope your boy is doing well. Always nice to see you. Sorry that I haven't reached out to see how you're doing. The last time we spoke was when you lost your dad. I did send a message asking how the burial and everything went. Correct me if I'm wrong, but always nice to see you, my bro. I appreciate you. And I hate when my exes say that I was a good guy. Go away. Hopefully he finishes 19th next year. Enzo is not a name that any kids should bear. I don't like Maresca. I loved him. I was one of his biggest defenders. But the moment I learned that he spoke with the Man City hierarchy as early as October, that changed everything. But my goodness, I think he's an excellent tactician, honestly. But yeah, big up,
You
guys.
see,
Big up to you too.
he is another reason that Egbali is acting like he is. The disrespect he got from Cucurella, Enzo, Enzo Fernandez, and Enzo Maresca, and he's showing them that look, if you think this was about money or that the club isn't powerful enough to do things, he's showing that the club still has a lot of muscle, even outside of the Champions League.
Here's something I want to say quickly, and I did
It's
say
part of it.
that.
It's part of it. I
Yeah,
mean, that man is a man that's driven right now.
yeah,
I like it.
I understand that. Go ahead, Bobby. If you were still speaking, I apologize.
Yeah, I like it. I like that he's driven. I like that he's hurt. And I like that he's trying to prove a point.
What I want to say is, for me, Enzo Fernandez is, pole dancing and also talking for Real Madrid. That was the only one the time I did see as an issue, and I still see as a problem, was disrespectful. Cucurella, not an issue for me. Why? Because if I was a leader in an organization, I'd rather have my employees speak as openly as he did. He was sensible, calculated. He was calculated. That is, and he didn't just go boom and say, yeah, they're doing all nonsense. First, he acknowledged we have some good players. We have a lot of talented, good players. And then transitioned into saying something to the effect of, but we need more experienced players. Us that are still here, we want something to the effect of them wanting more experienced players so that they can become better. As a leader, nothing insulting in that to me. That's the sort of person I am. And if he was still at the club and I were the manager, I'd make him the captain. Honestly, that's the sort of person I am. I'd rather Cucurella than Enzo Fernandez, because Cucurella, which means if you haven't managed an organization for you, you're not going to fail. It's not going to sugarcoat anything. And he wasn't disrespectful in my opinion. I read it, and actually it's pinned actually. If you go to my timeline on X, you'd see it pinned there, because he made me happy. And I thought when he said that, I told people this is actually what's going to drive change.
Yeah,
Because
it's good. Change is being driven by it. I'm not saying it's
part
necessarily
of
a
it. No,
bad
I'm not
thing.
saying we're not.
I
I'm just
don't
saying
think
how.
you can make someone like that captain at a club like Chelsea.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying that's how me as an individual, how I operate. He wasn't disrespectful. He acknowledged the progress made. He acknowledged we have talented players, saying, but we can be something to the effect of we can become better by signing more experienced players. That's just how I see it. You get, I'm not saying you're wrong, you're right, but I'm just saying for me, he did nothing wrong. And I don't think we sold him because of what he did. No. He probably had already made up his mind that he wanted to leave, to go back home, if you want to see it that way. So I'm not saying you were wrong, Bobby. I'm just saying if I were Igbali and Bolly and co, nothing disrespectful from Cucurella. If anything, if I were the manager, if it wasn't for, you could say, how difficult it be to tell Reece James or the squad that Reece will no longer the captain. I'd rather Cucurella. No, but I'll find if the space, if the opportunity emerges, I'd make him the captain. Then you will never go wrong, because he will always come to your office, tell you what's going on, be truthful to you. That's how I operate, or maybe something I learned that's important for if you want to be a good leader. Big up Varnawa, my bro. Always nice to see you. I'd hijack Diamonde instead of Stones. Would you, Jay?
Sorry, who? Nah, not really.
Okay,
Again,
all right.
what Stones offer is very much different and unique, and we don't
Money
actually need,
cannot really buy what he offers.
exactly. Well, he's on a free, so money cannot buy what he can offer. But Diamond, no. I mean, again, I would repeat that what Stones brings is quite unique, and we don't need a body who can play for us. We already got Colville, Lacroix, and other centre back. What Stones is bringing is something different than all the guys that we have, and Diamande would be just another part of the 4 or 5 centre backs that we have. Good player, good defender, but nothing unique in him. And Stones is quite unique to what we already have.
All right, more likes, people, more likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. And also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We appreciate you all, and we owe you guys a giveaway as promised. As soon as the community members learn that, we started streaming consistently again, we'll do the giveaway. Eddie Love for Blue, big up. Eddie, always nice to see you. Big up to you too, Temidayo. Olunwa, welcome me. Cook, brother, me, nice to see you. Big up, Coachila, and everyone behind the mic and in the comment section. Always nice to see you, my bro. My next video will be on Austin McPhee. I don't know. Bobby, how'd you pronounce that? I remember Bernardo Cueva video doing so well when I did it. Bobby, how'd you pronounce it? Is it McPhee or McPhee? Okay, Bobby isn't there. All right. I hate when the exes say that this guy was a bad man or not good enough to be. Here's the thing. It's a human thing that every time you fight, even with your best friend, or you have issues in a relationship, that's the only time you start seeing the imperfections, maybe plural, in that person. Enzo Maresca leaving Chelsea mid-season. It's like someone's ex-girlfriend is trying to leave him for no reason. Already have another boyfriend in waiting. Now, if you need an analogy for that one, Enzo bomb squad's pending. If he doesn't behave himself, I think he's too good for that. Maresca is not a good tactician. You saw how he panicked if a player got a red card. I think he's a good tactician. Maybe that's you could say his Achilles heel. Maybe something he'd eventually, as he gains more experience as a manager, he'd learn how to handle that perfectly. Maresca, the bold Italian fraud snake. Wow, he's a good tactician. He is worse tactician than Mourinho. Mourinho is an excellent tactician. The only thing I'd say about him is that he's not progressive enough, and I'm not gonna stop saying that. All right, I'm gonna scroll past quite a lot of your comment there. As much as I like to interact with you, if I try to read everything you have there, that'd be the only thing we'll do for the day. The chat is on fire, and I just can't read everything. Roma interested in Jamie Gittins as they look for a new left-sided attacker. I don't think Chelsea will sell him. They still want him to play one more season. We don't know behind the scenes though, Coach. Enzo just wants a pay rise. I mean, that's the main driver. The whole conundrum, the whole drama. Was because his camp and the club, they weren't able to reach find common ground with regards to a pay rise for him, and if that's plus him having to take a pay cut because we didn't make it to Europe. Jabalani Jamal, big hi-fi coach, Blues family, Chelsea is cooking good. We're hopeful. Hopefully, let's see what happens. Anything else? Sorry, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom and then I'll try and get to your subsequent contributions in the chat. Korea is good dad to his children. He truly loves his children. Yeah, we know that, but business is business. When it comes to the individual, he's a very good dad. And I've seen that, respect him for that. We need a consistent goal scorer and an elite experienced centre back. Get me Stones from Man City on a free transfer. It could still happen. You never know. All right, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. And as promised, I'll try to get your subsequent contributions in the chat. I think they will sell Gittins, coach. We are looking at that Bosnian left winger. Everybody's spelling his name. As long as it starts with AL, the rest can be jumbled up anyhow. Nobody knows how to spell his name correctly. Alajbegović. I think, did you spell that Allah? I think Alajbegović. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure which is correct anyway. But that's by the way. Let's see. I think Gittins stays. Yep. Let's see. What else do we have here? Mahmoud Sarr is traveling with the squad for preseason. He reported back early ahead of schedule. I like that dedication. Probably gives the manager more time to have closer look at him. I think the kid is good, but I'd say in a subtle way, Rosinia did scapegoat him. He has the talent. He's still very young. If he wouldn't mind staying and gets to play every now and then, I don't mind him. He's good, honestly. But let's see what happens. I think one of him, or either he or Josh, could end up leaving on loan. I don't think we keep both, and you could say dwarf their development in the process. Diamande is a player you cannot say no to. Period. What's your name? Mabas cannot say no to. The manager can say no to him. Pronounced this way, Alajbegović. Okay, thank you. All right. Do we really still need the service of Tosin? We do need. That's what it's called. Squad depth. What if he's not here and what's his name? Lacroix gets injured. What happens? Yeah. So and he's a good enough defender in my opinion. Still, maybe that's no longer the case after the signing of Maxence Lacroix. Tosin was one of our best box defenders. But anyway, we move on here. Let's see Mamadou Sarr looking like a model there, but yeah, we don't want that. So Maxence Lacroix, welcome to Chelsea FC, the biggest club in London, no question. If anybody thinks otherwise, hit me up. We can debate that. I know they'll tell you they've won 10,000 trophies. How many have Chelsea won? Who's going to pay 100K a week plus for Tosin? I don't think Chelsea would mind paying it. On and off the pitch, he's a leader. Plus, he's not as bad as a lot of people make it to be. He's better than Badiashile, better than, what's his name, Axel to see. So we can keep him and sign one more defender. You never know. He wasn't that bad until after that injury. But that's my opinion anyway. Thank God some fans aren't part of our recruitment because we could have no depth. I agree. And Bobby will probably be saying his mind, there you go, coach is speaking my language. All right, Bobby, if you're there, let's read this one. Chelsea are not actively looking to sell Pedro Neto. There are no plans to sell the Portuguese international winger despite rumors of an exit. And I want him to stay, irrespective of what anybody thinks of him. I think he's a good player. Maybe,
Neto's a
yeah,
good player. There are so
yeah,
many
he
of
is.
these get rid merchants. They want all of Chelsea's team to be sold, and if there's no need to sell him, don't sell him. Squad depth is key to everything, whether there's European football or not. You need to have the squad depth, and the depth exercises the squad in order to take it through to the season that you will have European football and you will have less training time. They would have had enough training time to be able to work automatically in that period of um, no time in between games. So it's a strategy, long term, short term, and medium term. So if Alonso feels that there is scope for what's his name again, um,
For who?
Neto,
Hmm.
then he should stay. We're not just in the business of throwing away players like that. You can see what's happened with Omega. The problem with doing that, you end up having bigger problems because we do have a striking consideration. It's not a problem, but it is a consideration and it needs to be fixed. You cannot go into a season saying, oh, we're going to play this person out of position so he can cover for the striker. No. If you're a serious club, you go into the season with your striker, with your backup players, and ready for a title challenge.
All right, thanks so much for that, Bobby. What do we have here? We've addressed that one. This one, happy Lacroix deal. I'm happy too. Yeah, he is fine. Neto is 80% staying. We'll see. And Ja Alua Temidara says, Coach, who is your ideal replacement for Korea? We might be looking for players of the different profile, but I'm not sure. I'd go with the player we're already looking at, because the manager wants him in Pep Chavarria. I wouldn't mind Maxi Araujo. The two of them, one of the two will do for me. So yeah, more importantly, we have a manager. So I'd rather we sign a player the manager wants than player that I'd rather we sign. Pedro Neto is not a
Yeah, I
bad
think he will
player.
go for Chavarria because if you bring Mazio Rojo, he's really going to overshadow Jarell Hato a lot. So
And they
um,
like Hato.
yeah, so they'll bring someone who will compete with him rather than overshadow him.
I mean, we still we can only speculate. We don't know what the manager would do, and I think he's known to be unorthodox. I get it. A lot of people would just stick with he plays with the back three, not paying attention to how those in the midfield area and the final third how they apply themselves on the pitch. Pedro Neto is not a bad player. He will thrive under Alonso too because of the profile of winger he is. Let's see what happens. Nuno Mendes ideal. Okay. Let's see. Pedro Neto, key strength is linking up on the flanks. Not that much of a dribbler. Not doesn't dribble this man consistently. I am also happy seeing this guy in at Chelsea. Yep, I like him. Atman Solomon, thank you for joining. Sounds like a Calabar bro. To be honest, I like Spence. He had a good walk-off, really, not gonna lie. But people like Lewis Hall, Chavarria deal going dead, left side looking dead. I think we'll find a solution. There's still a long way to go. Lewis Hall, we've heard at least from big you could say ex Junos that his preference would be to remain at Newcastle United or go elsewhere. He doesn't want to come back to Chelsea. But yeah, it could end up being absolute horse dung. Because he knows if we're going to pay that much money to sign him, he'll be playing week in, week out. So why not come to Chelsea rather than go elsewhere? Achimpong is more talented and closer to his height. Okay. No debate for Tosin. There are other CBs that can do what he does. Okay, do we really need to change everything right now? I think that's going to be dangerous if we do that. If we change a lot, then it'll be a season of us, you could say, developing on-field chemistry overall. So I think that's why we're being strategic. You can say more surgical if you want, if that's the language that's more you're more familiar with. Max Araujo, how did you say that's pronounced? I don't know. Will be a good signing for us. Does that mean Araujo is a better left back compared to Chavarria? I don't know. I haven't actually compared their numbers, but both are good players. But if Alonso wants Chavarria, let's go for him if we can get the deal across the line. But Vallecano, they're proven to be very difficult to deal with. Demanding too much, moving the goalposts, we've heard on 2 occasions. I'd like to hear from Bobby who he thinks is better between Chavarria and Araujo. Bobby, these people like to listen to you. But let's hear you. You see, do you want me to read it out for you or can you see it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know Chavarria at all.
No.
Arojo, I know him. He is a good left back or someone that can play on the left side. But we've got Jarel Hato, and I know they don't want to stunt his development. Arojo will cost a considerable sum, certainly a lot more than Chavaria will cost. And Chavaria seems to be the person that Alonso has pointed to. I don't like his lack of height, as everybody knows. But let's see. I mean, we may not want to buy him because of his age and the price, and the fact that Rayo Vallecano have moved the goalposts, and this current Chelsea ownership don't like to be messed around when it comes to buying players. Let's see what happens, really. But the thing about that um, left side is it needs to be covered. It shouldn't become a weakness. Although we can shift Palestra there, we can shift Josh to the right. But when you start off adapting players, that's never a good thing. It's good to have the players that are playing there in the first place and only adapt if during the season you find you have to do that.
Yeah, I agree. I'm checking something from Austin about. Yeah, let me check this. Enzo Fernandez. No, Rodri. Let me see which. Yeah, Real Madrid working on a deal to sign Rodri from Manchester City. Clubs not yet in talks, but Real Madrid FC now operating on a basis of midfielder joining this summer. Still hope Spain captain stays with Manchester City. Still hopes Spain captain stays without new contract. I think he's gonna leave. He's made it clear he wants to go home. He wants to join Real Madrid. And the signing of Anderson, for me, he'd feel like they're in good hands. Feel like this would be the right time for him to leave. And I think Madrid, the fact that they're working on a deal to sign him, I think they will make sure it happens. Yeah, but
Yeah, I
you
think
know,
so too.
mhm,
I mean, talk about Galacticos. You don't get more Galacticos than Rodri.
yeah, I agree. So let's see. Okay, you've responded to that question for you, but right? Okay. In terms of the striking position, I think Alonso knows exactly what he needs. Don't really think it's going to be all about JP. I agree. He knows what he wants. Michael Faladay, thank you for joining the conversation. And good evening to you if that's what suits the greeting that suits your time zone. Nobody knows about Chavarria, Broski. I Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I've watched clips, and if the manager wants him, more importantly, Broski, we should get him for him. All right, Bobby. He appreciates your response, Temidayo. All right, let's see. We've addressed that. Anything here? Rogers is about to take Tolson's seat. Now that wouldn't necessarily be the case. I think they can become a clique of three. It doesn't necessarily end. It doesn't have to be just the two of them. I think we're just looking at it as kids would. Morgan Rogers' arrival doesn't necessarily mean Tosin and what's his name, Cole Palmer will stop being best of friends. They can become a clique of three. Anybody on the panel want to add to that, or should we just move on? All right. Paul Pep Chavarria, yeah, he wants to come and he's actually willing to take a pay cut. I read something to that effect. I can't quite remember what sacrifice is made to help facilitate the move. Still, it is not still happening. So, yeah, Paul Pep, indeed. I still think we will go for either Carreras. Yep, Carreras also, that's a name. Why did I mention that name? Because we heard from the transfer guru himself that we did make inquiries or something to that effect. That we mentioned him during conversation with the manager, or the manager mentioned Carreras. So that's an option. I still think, and after Madrid signed Cucurella, so it's an even more viable option, really. I still think we will go for him, Araujo or Hall at the end of the window. So we will explore all the options and see which one is doable. Jay, do you see us eventually going for Carreras? It's a possibility.
Again, the links are not there, and haven't really seen any concrete link with him.
But do you remember
I
Fab
think
saying we mentioned him during conversation?
really, I
Internal.
must have missed it. Must have missed it, but haven't seen him. At least in recent weeks, haven't seen him. I think they are quite adamant on this Chavarria guy, and yes, they are. You know, Rayo has moved their price and changed the release clause a bit, but I think we would also move a bit, and I think somewhere in the middle they would do a deal. I think this deal gets done. I think Alonso wants him, and that's the biggest factor, and hence why I think we would be adamant to stay and have communication with Rayo to reach somewhere intermediate to get this deal done. If it was not for Alonso and his demand, then I think we would have already moved because I don't think we like to deal with clubs who change the goalpost, midway and change the conditions of the deal uh, like that. So it's if it's about Alonso, and I think it gets done because that's the wish of the manager. And if he wants someone else, then I think we could also do it. You know, my choice would be Luis Hall. I love that guy. But again, if the manager wants Pep Chavarria, then he should get that guy.
And loose Hall can be physical too. You can't muscle him off the ball easily either.
He's very strong. He's really, really, for his age and for his size, he's quite physical actually. He can play as a left back, he can play as a left wing back as well. He got the attributes of, as a defender as well, very good defensively, and can, move forward and put in some good crosses as well. Equally threatening in the attacking areas and as a overlapping fullback as well. So for me, he's one of those complete uh, uh, fullbacks or wingbacks that can be part of a team for almost a decade. But it depends on again the main factor is what Alonso wants. So that is what is going to determine what player we are going to get.
Yeah, I want what he wants. It's as simple as that. With Lavia being prone to injury, what do you think is possible solution to that? I think we have deep enough. We have we don't have too much issues in that area. I think plus we also
That's what
might still,
concerns me,
yeah, we
coach.
could also still we'll still we'll make one more signing for that
Yeah,
department. So I'm not too concerned about that midfield area, really.
that's what concerns me. I saw Lavia on the plane. I'm not holding my breath. You see him, he looks good. One or two games, and you start talking nonsense. I do think we need a midfielder. I don't think we should let
And
go
it's
of.
a good thing that they're still looking to make a signing in that department.
Yeah, I think they realize that Lavia and even Asugo, you need time to know if you can trust them. So yeah, let's see what happens. Enzo, I don't want us to be too hasty with his departure, because if you're not careful, you act as if you've got all sorts of options, and then you end up with just one midfielder, which is Caicedo.
At the same
So
time, it's a two-edged sword. At the same time, we don't also want to be hopeful that he stays and he ends up leaving or unexpectedly causing us a lot of issues.
I don't see that happening at all.
Okay, I hope it doesn't.
We call the shots here. If nobody comes up with the money by about the they're back for preseason by the second week of August anyway. And if no one comes up with the money by then, he has to stay. In my opinion, you can't leave yourself thin in midfield of all places. You just can't do that. And I don't trust Lavia. Lavia really needs to show he can stay fit. And we shall see that in preseason, because the last preseason he broke down. This preseason, we're going to see if he's capable.
Yeah. All right, let's see what happens there. Ty, to listen to the full show. Happy I am free today to do so. Even though you're busy producing videos, but thank you, Ty, for stopping by to say hello and also listening. All right, midfield is a dilemma right now. It depends whether Arsenal move for Bruno. Scott wants us though. Wharton depends if Enzo goes. Waiting for domino effect. Waiting for domino effect here. That might end up being what's going to happen. One player goes and then the others follow. Yeah. Manu Kone is a name as well. Are we looking at him? One last time, please, Bobby. Regardless of what happens to Enzo, who would you rather have a sign in the central midfield between Scott, Watton, and Kone? You're just making it clear that I and J were SHIT. Only Bobby is the person you respect. But
Yeah.
Bobby, go ahead. I'm glad he didn't direct that question at me. Nope, I'm not. I'm I don't want to. But in my opinion, I'd say yeah. He mentioned Scott. No, Wharton definitely with Premier League experience and everything. But Bobby, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's very clear that Alex Scott is another 100 million layout. Adam Wharton, I believe, will be the same thing. For me, Wharton is the preference of them all, but it looks as if we're sniffing around Scott if we're going to do such a thing. It's a very
I think
expensive.
Scott for a different role. Yep. Let's be clear here.
Well,
For
we're only going to go for one, coach. I don't see us going for more than one. And it's very expensive. But time will tell. Well, Fabrizio used the word bomber. So because of the cost, it really would be a bomber.
yeah, Jay, how about you? We're forcing ourselves to answer the question. Vanna, to me, that doesn't care about you, and he feel like we don't know SHIT. So, but we're forcing
What's the
ourselves to answer.
question? Let,
The question is,
let me,
let me read that out for you. Give me a second here. There you go.
yeah.
He says, one last time, please, Bobby, just to make it clear to you that we're actually forcing ourselves to be relevant here. He doesn't care about you and I. Regardless of what happens to Enzo, who would you rather have us sign in the central midfield between Scott, Watson, and Coney?
Well, from the given options and regardless of Enzo, then obviously I'll go for the for the most expensive one and the most eye-catchy player among them all. That is Wharton. I think he improves us in different ways. He can also he can also replace Enzo in some ways in the especially in the attacking areas. He will come with his own deficiencies, especially in the defensive areas. But again, among these three, I think if we are going to lose Enzo, then I think Wharton would be the signing that I would prefer. Although going outside the options, you know that I would love to have Bruno Guimaraes as the partner of Caicedo. But among these three, Wharton would be my choice. And
Yeah,
I think
Bruno.
Scott, if we are going to get Scott, contrary to what Bobby is saying, I think that Scott would not be our only signing, and I do not believe that Scott is the guy that could be the one. If we lose Enzo, especially if we lose Enzo, I don't think that Scott would be the only signing, and uh, we won't be trusted with the magnitude of responsibility that Enzo Fernandez is going to leave behind. So I don't see Scott as the only signing if Enzo is to leave.
Yeah, Bruno seems to be the most difficult. Um, Probably will most likely be the most difficult of all those names. Of all the names being that he has in that particular comment there. Watson is not cheap, but I wouldn't mind him if we can afford him, get him. What if the so-called mystery midfielder is not from the EPL? Possibly. There are other names people are throwing around on X. Wanton is ideal. I agree. No, Coachila. No, you don't. You don't respect I and J. Only Bobby. Just want to hear him and then listen to others. No. I disagree. Scott as Santos replacement. Okay, not Enzo's replacement. Coach, you are our moderator, and of course, your opinion. No, perceived. 5 years, fundamentally important and inevitable. I respect. No, I'm just kidding, and I know you know that, my bro. Huh? So don't worry. Imagine Enzo leaves, we sign a Bruno and Scott Bombocla. I'm not saying that, but it's not gonna happen. It has to be one of them. I think we have other areas of concern, and I don't know, Bobby, if any of you wanted to add something to what we have on the screen here. For me, Chelsea fans sounding like kids, the high school level friendship thing. You're not one of us, you can't sit with us and all that. And as I've said, they can actually form a clique of three. It doesn't have to be just one of them. He has a good relationship with Tosin and also a good relationship with Morgan Rogers. Who knows whether the three of them, whether they're already rolling. We don't know. But and the most funny thing is that they got, I think, the Chelsea admin, I think, to use AI most definitely, because every other aspect of that picture, except if that wasn't from the Chelsea admin, every other aspect of that picture remained the same, but Tosin changed to Morgan Rogers. That was funny, but at the same time, I think stupid to an extent. But if any of you on the panel want to add to that, you go ahead before we move on. All right, I'm guessing none. All right, but it's funny, really, to me. Childlike, I must say. So a lot of comments. A presser. Did I miss it? Was there a presser before the travel? There was, right, Jay?
It wasn't a pressure. I mean, it was not a regular Chelsea press conference, I think, but he gave, I don't know, was it an interview or some kind of exclusive? It was he did give a presser, but it was not the regular Chelsea press conference.
All right. So this says, okay, Akin Fenwa, that huge player who looks like a wrestler. I don't want to read that. But Xabi Alonso says, we want to play good football. We want to be active. We want to be aggressive. These players, they know how to play, and we want to play good, competing well, more importantly. So if I'm just going to be reading the excerpt from his presser, the presser in question. And if you want to come in anywhere, you and Bobby, feel free to let me know, and I'll leave the floor for you. Xabi Alonso says the aim and the ambition is to be as high as possible, and time will tell where we deserve to be. But this is the time to start now, to take the right decisions, to be smart in taking those decisions, to have a good team. And once you have a good team, you need to create the football how we want to play and how we want to compete. I like that. And Van says, I love the Lacroix deal. I cannot wait to see all three Palestra, Rogers, and Lacroix play. And we're still not done, honestly. And a lot of you guys are sleeping on Valentin Barco. Coachila, is that white jersey with blue stripes? No, that's a shirt, a regular shirt, not even a t-shirt actually. Our third kit for next season. I ordered. Which one did I order? I think the home kit, which will arrive soon. Better be because I'm hooked. It's one of those. Actually, some cheap stuff I bought from somewhere. I don't want to say here, but yeah, it looks good. I like it. So that means you like it. So thank you. Are you just being nice because I complained? Orange stripe, right? Which one? The home shirt? Yeah, with orange stripe, not too many, just in the neck area, the sleeve area, I think, on the sides here, the rib area. I think so. Kenda has a small issue too, but it's not serious. Kenda's case is not that severe, but we're not too sure about the severity of that of Emmanuel Emera. Unfortunately for him, and he scored 2 goals in 2 indoor friendlies. He has it in him. Hopefully he finds a permanent solution, or maybe a lasting solution to that injury that has plagued him from how many seasons right now. Omari Kellerman was a last-minute inclusion in Chelsea's squad. Giovanni Kenda picked up a small injury, so leaving space to accommodate him. Emma's hamstring is a massive worry, the same hamstring that couldn't let him play last season. And he's so good that even when he came back, he was scoring goals front and back and did well. But I hope he finds a lasting solution to that. Third kid next season, white kid, blue collar with orange stripes. Not that one. I bought the blue one with orange, I think the neck area, the rib area. Where else? The collar? Maybe, can't quite remember, but I want that white one too. This one here. I like this one that Lacroix is wearing here. I really like it. And this is, let me show it. That one is actually church-able. It's church-worthy if you prefer. You can go to church with this one. And it looks nice. I like it. And I'm quite sure the real thing will probably look much better than this. So yeah, let's see. No, coach. I mean the kit on the Lacroix graphics that you displayed. Yeah. Is that the third kit? Yeah, I think so. But I like it. I really do like it. I think it's the best, actually, better than the black one. Maybe that competes with the black one. Yeah, that's the third kit. No, that wasn't. I ordered the blue one. With a huge crest, subtle huge crest embedded on the front area. That's the one I ordered. Is that orange? No orange. Is that orange? It's orange? Really? Okay. All right, let's see. All right, this says Emmanuel Emma picked up a hamstring issue in the 3-0 win over Bromley in a behind closed doors friendly, and it's not in Chelsea squad for the Australia leg of the tour at least they say. So I think that's a way of saying they're not too sure the severity, whether how long he'd be out for. Nobody's sure at this moment. It's the best kid I've ever witnessed in Chelsea's history. Really. All right, not in a travel tour. I feel bad. I think hopefully they find a solution. So Omari Kellerman is in the squad for preseason. Got a chance after Kenda got injured. Something new emerged. I say just in Chelsea did what? Let me see. I hope I find it. I think it's about time we refreshed that page now, because 8 hours ago, nothing much emerged. Let's see, confirmed Chelsea travel squad. Let me see. Sanchez, Jorgensen, Shaman Lowe. Okay, who's Kurd? Kurd? How do you pronounce that? Palestra, Achampong Fafana, Mamodu Sa, Tosin Adarabi Oyo, Shobu Ole. Is that still Tosin? Part of Tosin's name or someone else? And Salmino. I hope he stays fit. We haven't heard anything with regards to his future. He could end up staying because he's a good player, really. Has that grit, aggression, everything you would want for a typical Chelsea player. Colwell, Hato, Emenalo. So Hato has joined up with the group already. Lavia, Isugo, Wash, Kellerman, Watson, Palmer, Gittins, Estevao, Kavuma, McQueen, Satpai, okay, Jazuli, João Pedro, and Delap. All right. Let's see. That Emanalo kid is good, apparently. I've heard a lot about him, but I haven't actually watched him play. Bobby, have you watched the Emanalo kid? Do we still have Bobby there? Jay, have you watched him, or you've heard a lot about him, but you haven't watched him just like me?
I've watched bits of him, and he's interesting.
That's just you not trying to overhype him because you're not too sure.
No, you can't overhype a child at that age, but he's got good touches. He looks very promising, and that's the best you can get at that age.
And then again, something Dante did mention the last time we talked about having a lot of the academic kids as a part of the first team training. It could be down to the fact we don't have enough numbers. So usually you get numbers from the academy to make up the numbers to have enough for proper training. So that
Of
might actually
course, the
just be the
main
case.
players are
Yeah.
all still on their holiday after the World Cup.
Yeah. And we have a few of those. Yeah. I agree. Let's see. Rodri to Real Madrid. Who will City target as replacement? They don't need replacement. They don't need replacement. They have, what's his name again? Anderson. And I think he's a capable replacement. I think probably they knew, which was why they pushed and paid how much they paid for him. They knew that that's a chance Rodri leaves this season. But but it only makes sense that they would want him to stay at least one more season. But if he leaves, it's not going to be the end of the world for them.
But
Yeah.
they've lost two players. I mean, Bruno. What's his name? Is it Bruno?
Who? The midfielder that went to Madrid too.
Yeah,
Portuguese international, right?
yeah. You're saying everything apart from the name, which I'm also not getting.
That the brain can be weird sometimes.
Yeah. But anyways,
Silva,
they yeah,
Bernardo.
Bernardo Silva. So they've lost two players, so it won't surprise me if they get two replacement.
Okay, let's see what happens there. We never know. Enzo to Man City for 115 million. If they want him, they'd have to pay up to 100 million plus. I think around 120 actually. Bernardo is also left,
But they're
right.
already getting a replacement because they're doing a deal for that Moroccan kid.
Who?
Oh yeah, is it Baldi?
Oh, that might be. I'm not too sure who Bobby is referencing.
The kid from the World Cup.
Then it's him. That was Baldi, right? Is that how you pronounce his name?
Yeah.
All right. Bernardo also left right. Yeah, he did. That is two of their starting players. I agree. Chelsea Blue, thank you for joining. Let's see. Bernardo Silva. Yep. What else do we have here? Baudi. All right. Let's see. Is City still pushing for Gusto? That has died down after they heard how much we're asking. 100 million? 100 million. Wow. All right. Xavi Alonso says here, we need to build not just football ideas, but we also need to build a good mentality, a competitive mentality, how we want to compete, how we want to perform when the moments are tough, how we come back from those moments with our energy, with our strength and togetherness. Emphasis, togetherness, that a theme that you always find in all his speeches or whenever he's responded to question from journalists. Yep, I hope he turns us into never losing, like they started calling Bayer Leverkusen at the time. All right, Xavi Alonso on Cole Palmer. We've been together for a few days in training. Let's see. And what I've seen is that he's come in good spirit. He wants to prepare himself well and forget about the injuries. If we get the best from Cole, we will have a better team and a better Chelsea. I like him. Arsenal could have had Morgan Rogers. Who cares? They couldn't have had him. The player never wanted him. We were bamboozled to believe that was the case. And thanks to Alex Goldberg, he actually swore definitely he was joining Arsenal. Yeah. So we're meant to believe that he's not coming to us. He was definitely going to join Arsenal. But look at it. I don't care. They never had a chance. They didn't have a chance. He was always, his preference was always to join Chelsea, as we learned. Crystal Palace has given Maxence Lacroix permission to finalize the transfer to Chelsea Football Club. Bobby is still happy. I just don't live close by, really, to go ask him for some, I think it's about time we refresh the page to see if anything new emerged as the show progressed. And Jay, if this makes you happy, but that's not saying certainly that we're not going to swoop in and sign him. Chelsea are not in for Bruno Guimaraes. We're not, at least at the moment. Pep said no to the Italian Football Federation. Doesn't want to become their manager. Como sent improved bid for Trevor Chalobah. Talks ongoing. Como offered 25 million euros fixed fee and 5 million in add-ons, but easy ones to reach, making package worth 30 million almost guaranteed. So I think it looks like it's going to happen. Vince here comparing numbers. Look at that as a centre-back partnership. They complement each other very well. Okay, let's pay attention there. Let's see. Okay, defensive awareness, 9.0 from Levi Colwell, 8.9 Maxence Lacroix. Interceptions, 8.8 Levi Colwell, 8.7 aerial win. The metrics are different. No wonder why he mentioned clearly that they complement each other. So let's pay attention. Defensive awareness versus defensive awareness. Levi Colwell slightly better. You can say pretty much the same, just 0.1, right? Then interceptions for Levi Colwell, 8.8, but aerial do win percentage, 8.7 for Maxence Lacroix. Grand do win, 8.6 for Levi Colwell. Pace, speed, 8.6 for Maxence Lacroix. Passing accuracy, 8.5. Levi Colwell can actually pass better than some midfielders, I have to be honest. Passing accuracy, 8.5 from Levi Colwell. Tackling, 8.5 for Maxence Lacroix. Pace 8.3, not as pacey as Maxence Lacroix, Maxence's pace is 8.6, so zero point 0.3 more. And then ball carrying 8.4. I think here's both are good at exploiting spaces. Maxence Lacroix drive with the ball. He's also capable of orchestrating excellent long balls and accurate long balls. Levi Cohen has that in him, but Levi Cohen in most cases exploits spaces with his passes rather than try to drive the ball into those spaces to exploit them. He does it with the pass. As long as somebody makes a move, within that space, he will find that person. He's actually a better passer than some midfielders. He has it in him, and I wouldn't mind trying him out. If Pep had him, I think Pep he'd try him as a DM. But yeah, both complement each other very well. So yeah, it's good, really. Anybody want to comment on that, or should we move on? Okay. Bye bye Jackson. Indeed, looks like yeah he's gonna gone. Jackson will be gone. It looks like that's the case. What's going on here? Briefly, long period of time. I like him, but we move on from him, and I think he's one. I think he should be considered a Chelsea legend. Honestly, in my opinion, given his character, commitment, and when called upon, he gives 150%. So he served us well. And if I were him, I'd also push to leave because I wouldn't be content with every time transfer window comes around, I'll be on I'll be on the market. I'll be put on the market. Chelsea has just agreed 34 million, including bonuses, with Leverkusen for Alajbegović. I love that kid. Well, really supporting our manager. According to who?
Who is it?
According to who? The Bosnian kid says
Yeah,
we've agreed.
but
Yeah,
what's the source of that?
that's what I'm asking him. Yeah, yeah.
I think
Probably you
it's
want to
the
add
same
anything?
news.
Sorry?
I think it's the same news that we have discussed earlier. I don't think it's a fresh
No,
one
but
or
that one
any
didn't say
agreement.
the one we addressed didn't say we've agreed the deal. But this in
Um,
particular is saying we have has just agreed 34 million, including bonuses, with Leverkusen for Alajbegovic. It's believable because the report, previous reports suggest we were leading the race for his signature, and that his proposed move to Atalanta was put on hold the moment Xavi called. But go ahead, what you're saying, Jay. And if it's according to Build, I believe him. They're reputable.
well,
But go ahead, Jay.
yeah, this one came earlier, and right after this, Fabrizio actually came out, and he also mentioned Chelsea are interested, and some other Italian clubs are also interested. But he specifically mentioned that the 34 million, bid that has been mentioned in other sources is not the case. So yeah, he specifically denied this particular value, or if there is any bid. It has actually been mentioned that Chelsea are actually trying to get it below 30. So this particular one about 34 million is not true, according to Feb.
Okay, so that's a chance that's not true. So I believe you. Looks like my system is acting up again. But yeah, the signs are good. I think whatever happens, whether we believe this or not, I think we eventually get that deal across the line. You could argue we have advantage over other clubs that are interested because our current manager gave him his debut at Leverkusen. Correct me if I'm wrong. And
I don't think we can hear you, coach. Yeah, coach, we cannot hear you. And even people in the chat can't hear you. Not sure if you can hear my voice.
I think this works. Jay? All right, this works. When did you guys stop hearing me? Like,
It's been a while.
like you guys didn't even try to start at least talking to the audience. But what was the last thing you guys heard from me? I can't tell.
Were you even noticing the chat? We were all typing it.
No, I was seeing Van typing Mike. I didn't know, so he wasn't specific. So, but that's okay. I think it will be all right now. I think my Sonar system disconnected, so because I was connected directly to it, that was what was causing the problem. So Maxence Lacroix to Chelsea. Here we go. We've addressed that. I'm just gonna refresh this to see if anything new emerged, so we can address them. But if there is anything else, you guys, if you're on the channel, if you have any questions, drop it there. We can try to address it. Apologies for that. So I'm gonna refresh this to see if if anything new emerged as the show progressed. Did you see anything new, Jay?
Not really. Nothing new has emerged.
Okay. I really need to change this system. I think it's becoming too old for a lot of stuff I've loaded on it. Slows us down every now and then. But while you wait, I've refreshed Vince's timeline to see if anything new emerged. 1:54 p.m. That's like 5 minutes ago. They stopped hearing from me like 5 minutes ago. Dang it. All right. Not bad, not too bad, but thank you. And he says, build Alajbegović. Okay, that's when you're saying Alajbegović. Is it Alajbegović? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Okay, let me see if this has refreshed effect
I think
successfully.
the J is silent.
Alajbegović.
Yeah, J might be silent.
Most no, I'd say most likely silent. So good catch there. Usually they don't pronounce that. Yeah, maybe if you're trying to spell it correctly, you just pronounce it out like that, so you remember what letters are there. Oh, Alejandro Begovic. Is that Alejandro Begovic?
I think it's just trolling. It just added the Garnacho name.
All right, I've refreshed that. Let's see if anything new emerged. Man City now expect an approach from Real Madrid. So it's getting serious. Close to Chelsea has revealed the latest on Bruno Guimaraes. Jane, I don't know who's Jane Chelsea. All right, let's see. It looks like it's ready. We'll breeze through it, see if anything new emerged, and address it. If not, we'll call it a day. And if we see anything, we can still come back in the evening and yeah, and do another one. All right, let's see who on IG, MAR on IG, God's plan. Okay, who's this? Oh, is that the guy?
Yeah, that's the set piece coach.
Okay, this is saying Aston Villa tried to convince Austin McPhee. Bobby, I've asked you, is it pronounced McPhee or McFay? Most likely McFay. To stay, but the 46-year-old wants to pursue a new challenge, had interest from two Premier League clubs, including Chelsea plus Al Nassr, expected to join Chelsea. So we're looking for the best, really.
Who is he? I don't even know who he is.
Aston Villa set piece coach.
Oh,
Yeah. Chelsea are in contact with Bayer Leverkusen for Kerim Alajbegović. Talks ongoing. Understand there is no 34 million bid. Talks are at lower fee at present, and Italian clubs are still involved in the race. I hope we'll pull it off because I like the kid. I'm just gonna believe what Bioda's saying. Bobby, anything else you guys want us to talk about before we call it a day? I think we've covered pretty much everything out there. Gone back for news hunting, didn't see much there.
yeah, we're just waiting for the Maxence Lacroix pictures, and then we go all out to fill the rest of the gaps.
Yeah, but so far so good. And I'm glad you're happy, Bobby. They've surprised you with two signings so far, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
I wouldn't say.
absolutely,
I
absolutely.
know.
I couldn't ask for more, to be honest.
Yeah, I know you. The sign of Palestra didn't move you much. It took some educating to get you to understand that yeah, we actually signed a good player there. More importantly, because the manager wanted him, I think that changed your perception. You can say how you perceived the deal, but yeah, the signing of Morgan Rogers and what's his name again?
Maxence Lacroix. Look,
Maxence
football, the
Lacroix.
taste of
Yeah.
football is always in the eating. Even these two, they need to perform, really. So let's just see. But the fact that they are of the profile we've been looking for shows that, at least from the ownership point of view, they're doing their best to provide the manager with the tools to succeed. And we hope, it all goes his way and he does succeed.
Yeah, thank you so much. And for all of you that are watching, please, whenever we're done with the show, I think you have to give it a few hours, go back to it, and then you see the hype button, hype it. It will help push our stream so a lot more people. I think the conversation will be more enjoyable if we have a lot more people join us. But I think the numbers are getting better as long as we continue to stream consistently. That will improve, and then we'll do the giveaway as promised. So I appreciate you guys for 30K subscribers. And with that, we've come to the natural end of this particular edition of the Blue Morning Show. I appreciate you all for finding the time to join the conversation. Thank you to Varnao, I appreciate you. Thank you to Temi Dio. I cannot thank you enough. My bro Jay, in two places at the same time, in the chat and on the panel. Who else was here? Mabas05, aka MB05. I appreciate you. Ty also here. I appreciate you. Ty, Chelsea Blue, I appreciate you. And on the panel, thank you to our senior panelist and Bobby. Thank you to Jay, my bro. Thank you all for finding the time to join the conversation once again. And if I missed your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all. Cheers.
From the bridge to the stand, I carry that crest in my hand. Rain on my shoulders, still I stand. Tell me who wears it like we can. Mud on the boots, heart of gold. Old stories, living in the cold. Every name that the walls still hold. I was born for this. I was told, hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold, we were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end, we rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end, this is our name, this is our skin. When the pressure comes down hard, we don't flinch, we play our part. Every scar on the back says more than 1,000 songs before. From the first whistle to the last, we remember where we came from fast. No throne, no crown, no borrowed fame, just a city calling out that name. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold, we were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end, we rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end, this is our name, this is our skin. Let the whole ground shake, let the whole world know we don't chase a moment, we are the hope. Hands up high, voice up loud, same old pride, same crowd. Blue till the end, blue till the end, we rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end, this is our name, this is our skin. Blue till the end, blue till the end, loyalty stay, even through the storm.
From the bridge to the stand, I carry that crest in my hand. Rain on my shoulders, still I stand. Tell me who wears it like we can. Mud on the boots, heart of gold. Those stories living in the cold. Every name that the walls still hold. I was born for this, I was told. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end, we rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end, this is our name, this is our skin. When the pressure comes down hard, we don't flinch, we play our part. Every scar on the back says more than 1,000 songs before. From the first whistle to the last, we remember where we came from fast. No throne, no crown, no borrowed fame, just a city calling out that name. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold, we were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end, we rise again. still I stand. Tell me who wears it like we can. Mud on the boots, heart of gold. Those stories living in the cold. Every name that the walls still hold. I was born for this, I was told. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. When the pressure comes down hard, we don't flinch, we play our part. Every scar on the badge says more than 1,000 songs before. From the first whistle to the last, we remember where we came from fast. No throne, no crown, no borrowed fame, just a city calling out that name. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. Let the whole ground shake, let the whole world know. We don't chase a moment, we are the home. Hands up high, voice up loud. Same old pride, same crowd. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. Yeah. Ooh. Blue till the end, blue till the end. Loyalty stays even through the storm. From the bridge to the stand, I carry that crest in my hand. Rain on my shoulders, still I stand. Tell me who wears it like we can. Mud on the boots, heart of gold. Those stories living in the cold. Every name that the walls still hold. I was born for this, I was told. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. When the pressure comes down hard, we don't flinch, we play our part. Every scar on the badge says more than 1,000 songs before. From the first whistle to the last, we remember where we came from fast. No throne, no crown, no borrowed fame, just a city calling out that name. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end.